Military watches come in all different shapes and sizes to fit all types of different applications. Praesidus, however, like to pay tribute to American forces. The one we have today gains its inspiration from US night operations and those who operated in the shadows and silence. I have linked the website down in the description and I can't wait to show you this piece. My name is Jason, I'm your watch guy today. Let's get into it. This little beauty is packed with way more features than it should be for a budget affordable price. So let's get a few of them out there so you can really appreciate it. It's running an NH36 automatic movement inside that DLC casing. The 38mm diameter really drives home that field aesthetic for me and it works perfectly on my smaller wrists. It also certainly doesn't hurt with the 45mm lug to lug, and even with the heavily domed sapphire crystal, which is a feature of its own, this one comes in around 12mm thick. I'll be honest though, my favourite feature could definitely be the block applied superluminova indexes. It's not often something that we see way below the $500 mark, but we do here. I'll show you the lume signature later on, and trust me, you're going to want to stick around for it. The textured dial is very reminiscent of tactical desert camo wear, and I don't think anything else would really suit it better. This casing is definitely ideal for that military style, but they've added a slight little bit of flair to it with the almost concave effect chamfers to the lugs. Now it's nice that they've added drilled lugs, but in true Praesidus style, they've gone a step above and also given us quick release spring bars on this band. This one isn't a world beater with its water resistance, but I don't think we'd expect anything different with a clip-on case back and a simple pull-push crown. I do, however, like the bowl effect to the case back. It makes this wearability much more comfortable. And speaking of the crown, it's almost hidden inside this casing, which definitely provides a very natural guard to it. The low level of grip definitely also aids the mechanical winding aspect of the NH36 movement. I absolutely love the dome sapphire for this piece. It adds a completely new dimension to it, and it accents that really flat bezel to the casing perfectly. This one comes with 3 different dial options, the complete blacked out variant, which I think could be the favourite for the masses. The DNC green, which is an absolute beauty, and my absolute favourite of the bunch, the one you see today, the DNC brown. Besides the obvious texture and dial print, you'd be forgiven for thinking that this dial is actually quite simple. That's definitely not the case. The numerals are applied to the dial in a very special way, which definitely lives up to the night vision aspect. The block superluminova nature to these indexes, in my opinion, is absolutely incredible. It is something that we have seen in the industry before from brands such as Christopher Ward and Wicked Watch Co. I'm not saying it's exactly the same, but it definitely leaves the same type of visual effect. Trust me, the lume shot is definitely worth the wait, but let's talk about the rest of the dial first. The index numerals obviously have a very large presence to this dial. They stand off it beautifully and make a real show of themselves. I personally think it's exactly what this piece was calling for. The subtle point that I really enjoy about them though is the italic nature to their font. It adds a little bit of a twist and something that we don't really see often. For me, a lot of the times it is the smaller aspects of a design that really make it, and that italic font definitely is one of those. The 3 o'clock has been replaced with a day-date window. That is derived from the NH36 movement. I really like that they've opted for the blacked out variant, and more so I like that they've added a black border to them. For one, it'll work incredibly well with that black dial, but in this instance it makes a little bit of a feature of it for me, almost to the effect that you'd get with tactical goggles that you would use on a night operation. The Praesidus logo is printed to the 12 o'clock, but a more subtle print that I really do enjoy is the United States assembled either side of the 6 o'clock. That's where this piece is put together, and I'm not here to argue the point between made and assembled. We can save that for another day. What I'm saying is that it's a really nice touch. I appreciate it, but not as much as I appreciate this lume. The block printing makes it clear and legible, but also absolutely nuclear. There is no mistaking this lume signature and its quality, and it really drives home that night vision namesake for me. It would really make the ideal accompaniment for a night mission. One of the ones that this piece was so inspired by. The vulcanized rubber band offers a very comfortable fit, especially with the smaller case profile and the even smaller diameter to that bubble case back. They've blacked out the buckle, which fits perfectly with this DLC casing, as well as that it is signed with the Praesidus logo. It's nothing extravagant or out of this world, but it works, and that's exactly what this should do. For once, the band does not feature in my moan section. This one is $375, and for that type of price, I think it's absolutely incredible, especially when you factor in all of the incredible features that it offers and the build quality of the piece. The only moan that I can really pick up on with this watch is the incredibly small crown that they have. I know that I have larger than average hands, which makes it very hard to actually get hold of and use it in a decently functional way. On top of that, in a lot of applications throughout the military, you will be wearing gloves, which again, I think would make this incredibly hard to function in a on-the-fly type of situation. Now, I know that it works perfectly with the casing and it fits the watch beautifully. It's just a little bit small, and for a military piece, that's something that I think that they should really compensate for, in my opinion. Otherwise, Praesidus have absolutely nailed another release. You can't look at this watch and tell me it isn't perfect for night application. You can't look at this watch and tell me it doesn't belong in the field. You can't look at this watch and tell me that it isn't beautifully stealthy. And you certainly can't look at this watch and tell me it isn't an ideal modern military piece. It's incredible in my opinion, and if you're interested in it, it is linked in the description below. Thanks for watching today, guys, and thank you to Praesidus for sending this one in. I absolutely love to work with this brand. It's nice to see brands progress and move along with their designs, and that's exactly what Praesidus offer every time they send me a new watch in. For $375, I think this is absolutely brilliant. If you wanted to pick up your own, I have linked their website in the description below, as well as a lot of other links that you may find useful. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you want to see more watch content in the future, and I will see you in the next one.